always directly, sometimes through proxies, sometimes through sanctions, sometimes through the funding of one faction against another, fueling a conflict that keeps the nation too busy bleeding to negotiate, sometimes through the support of a dictator who will sign the contracts the people never would. Khazar. The word hangs in the air above the arrows like an indictment, because that is what it is. Behind the man with the empty plate, there is a hand, a large hand, reaching across the table from the direction of the center man. And connected to that hand are strings. And connected to those strings are the wrists of the man's leader, his president, his prime minister, his general. The person his people may have voted for, or may have had imposed upon them, or may have inherited through a coup that the international community called regrettable, and then continued doing business with the following morning. The leader moves, but the hand moves first. There is a particular grief that comes from puppet leadership. It is not the clean grief of being conquered by a foreign power. That, at least, is visible. It is the slow, suffocating grief of watching your own leader stand at a podium and speak words that seem like yours but serve someone else's interests. Of seeing your nation's resources signed away in agreements that were negotiated in private and announced as fait accompli. Of watching the man who was supposed to represent you represent instead the man who funded his campaign, forgave his predecessor's debt, kept his military supplied, and would have him removed the moment he became inconvenient. This has happened. It is happening. It is not history. It is Tuesday. The International Monetary Fund arrives with a loan. The loan comes with conditions. The conditions require the privatization of public utilities, the removal of subsidies on basic goods, the opening of protected industries to foreign competition. The people suffer. The rates of malnutrition climb. The public health system deteriorates. The educated leave. And the loan, which was supposed to develop the nation, has instead made it permanently dependent on the next loan, which will arrive with the same conditions, creating the same outcomes indefinitely. And through it all, the leader signs, because the hand is patient and the strings are strong. The man with the empty plate did not choose this. His grandmother did not choose this. His great-grandmother, who carried water 3 miles each morning,